Okay, we come to question 12. Question 12 is as follows. Question 12a. If a machine that loads meal into 25 kg bags has a tolerance of 0.5%, find the highest acceptable mass of any bag loaded by this machine. Okay. Excuse me. So what you need to do is, let me write the letter A here for question 12a. So this is question 12a. Then the question is, we want to find the highest acceptable mass of the bag loaded by this machine, which has got a tolerance of 0.5%. So to find the highest acceptable mass, what we're going to do is we're going to come up with this expression, which is 25, okay, 25 kg plus open bracket 0.5%. So instead of writing percent, what I'm going to write is, I'm going to write 0.5 over 100 times 25 kg. Okay, so on the right side of the expression, after plus, we want to find the tolerance, then we add it to the 25 kg. So what we're going to do is we're going to say 25 kg, then plus, so we count that one. So that means 100, 25 into 100, it will go 4 times. 25 into 25, it will go 1 time. Okay, so the key thing here is we are dividing 25 by 25 and 100 by 25, so giving us that. So we have 0.5 times 1 kg give us 0.5 kg over 4. Okay, so now here what we do is we divide 0.5 by 4. So what you can do is we can make 0.5 to be whole number, so we multiply both numbers by 10. Multiply both numbers by 10. So 0.5 times 10 over 4 times 10, which will give us, okay, when we multiply this, will give us 5 over 40. Okay, so we say 5 into 40, it can't, so we write 0. Then we add 0 to 5 and put a decimal point there. Okay, so we have a decimal point there. Then we say 40 into 50 to go 1 time, remainder 10. Okay, remainder 10. Then we say 40 into 100, 40 into 10, it will go, it can't. 40 into 10, it can't. So what we do, we add a 0 here. Then we say 40 into 100, it will go 40 into 100, it will go 2 times, remainder 20. So 2 times remainder 20. 40 into 20, it can't, so we put 0 to 20, it becomes 200. 40 into 200, it will go 5 times. Now 0.125 is the tolerance. So that means we're going to have 25. We're going to have 25 kg. Remember, even it's kg plus that, which is 0.125. okay, kg. Okay, so what we do is we combine that. We combine 25 plus 0.125. So we say 25 kg plus 0.125. Okay, so we're going to say plus, then 0.000. Then we have 0 plus 5 will give us 5. 0 plus 2 will give us 2. 0 plus 1 will give us 1 point. Then 5 plus 0 give us 5. Then 2 plus 0 give us 2. So the answer is 25, sorry, 25.125 kg. Okay, this is kg. So we go where we're supposed to record the answer and record the answer, which is going to be 25.125 0.25 kg. Okay, thank you God. Okay, we are there. All right, so please make sure if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and if you found this video helpful, remember to like and share with your friends. Please encourage all your friends to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that we can grow in number and revise together. When we are many, things are better because we share ideas. So we have a lot of brains. It means it will be great things that will come out from that. Okay, now let's go to the second question, 12b, which is if 12.5 liters of water was poured out of a container containing 20 liters of water, find the relative area of the volume of water that remained in the container. Okay, so we are told there is 20 liters of water. There is 20 liters of water in the container and 12.5 was left. We need to find the relative area of the volume of water that remained in the container. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to come up with a formula, which is relative area is equal to absolute area divided by true value. Okay, true value. I don't know if it's visible so much. So we are saying absolute area divided by true value. Okay, so what is the absolute area? We don't know, so let's find the absolute area. So what we're going to do is we're going to say absolute area is equal to since we have this number which is 7.5, that means our absolute area will be 0.1 because our answer is the difference of the water that is remaining. Now, how did I come up with the 7.5? Let me go to the statement. Okay, the statement is there. So we are told we find the relative area of the remaining water. So if 12.5 was removed from the container, so I've got 20 minus 12.5. Okay, so here it will be 0.0. So what we do is we do like this: we subtract what is the amount of water remaining in the container. So we say 0 minus 5, it can't, so we borrow 1 from 2, it comes here, it becomes 10, so we borrow 1, it remains 9, and then here it becomes 10, so here we have 5. Okay, then we say 9 minus 2 give us 7. Then here we borrowed 1, we remained with 1. 1 minus 1 to be 0, so no need of even writing 0 there. So the what is remaining is 7.5. So the absolute error, since we have got 7.5, the absolute error will be 0.1. Now, once we have written that, the next thing we're going to do is we divide that by 2. Okay, so when we're dividing that, we say what we do is we multiply by 10. Okay, and this side by 10. So that means we're going to have something like 1 over 20. So we say 1 into 20 into 1, it can't, so we write 0. Okay, then we add 0 to 1, it becomes, we also add the point there. Then we say 20 into 10, it can't, so we're going to say is going to add 0 and we write 0. Okay, then we say 20 into 100, it will go 5 times without any remainder. So this is absolute error. Okay, that is the absolute error. So what we do is we come here, then where there is absolute error, we're going to put 0.05. Okay, 0.05 divided by, then we look at the true value. The true value is the one we got here. The true value is the true value is the one I've circled there in green, which is 7.5. So what we're going to do is we're going to write 7.5. Okay, so we divide the absolute error by true value. So you can see we have got decimal numbers there. So how do we get to divide? So we multiply these numbers by 100. Why 100? Because the number on top here has got 2 decimal places, so I want to make it a whole number. So that means to make it a whole number, I'm going to multiply it by 100 and here by 100. Now when I multiply by 100, because it has got 2 zeros here, that means the decimal point will move 2 steps. Okay, so when we say 0.05 times 100 will give us 5. 7.5 times 100 will give us 750. Okay, then what do we do? What we're going to do is we're going to do this. 5 divided by 750, or 750 into 5, or better still we can say, what number can go into 5 and 750? The number that can go into 5 and 750 is 5 itself. So 5 into 5, so we divide both numbers by 5, okay, and this one by 5. Okay, so 5 divided by 5 will give us 1. Then 5 into 7 to go 1 time, remainder 2, so that means here we have 2. Then it will be 25. 5 into 25, it will go 5 times. Then have we used 0? No. 5 into 25, it will go 5 times without any remainder, and we haven't used 0. That means we'll write it to the quotient. Therefore, the answer will be 1 over 150. So now we can go and record our answer to say relative error is equal to, so I can say relative error is equal to 1 over 750. Okay, please, I'm trying to be very slow and clear, and also going in details to make sure that you fully understand. So if you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask in the comment section. Otherwise, this is how you go about this question. So the relative error is equal to 1 over 150. Let's hope this is not 700. This is 150. This is 100. So you need to be very careful as you record your answers. Make sure if it's 150, make sure it is written clearly. Okay, if you have got questions, please don't hesitate to ask in the comment section. But I want also to encourage you to join our WhatsApp group where we are doing massive revision. The link is in the description box, so make sure you join us so that we continue revising with you even on WhatsApp.